What's up, everybody? Dapper Jeff here, and I got to thinking the other day. I know it's a terrifying thought. You know, food is weird. Friends are odd. Life is strange. In honor of Life is Strange 2's nomination for Best Narrative at the Video Game Awards, I'm going to rewind time and look back at some of the most difficult decisions you guys have had to make within the Life is Strange franchise. Starting with the most important decision anybody could make throughout their day: what to have for breakfast. For these rather strange waffles, you're going to need a few things. We want 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2.5 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 3 tablespoons of sugar, a half teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 large eggs, separate the yolk from the white, a half cup of vegetable oil, and 2 cups of milk. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my eggs and separate the yolk from the white. Now, there's a few different tactics and techniques to do. I'm going to go with one that requires you to have clean hands. That was a good break. Take your clean hand, hold the yolk, and let the albumin, that's the egg white, for those of you not in science class, just slide through your fingers. Next up, we're going to mix our dry ingredients together. First, I'm just going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar right into our mixing bowl. Next up, the 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I have it right here. Now for the 1 tablespoon of baking powder, the half teaspoon of salt, which I have to thank Dr. Batman for use of his fantabulous Fallout shot glasses. Thanks, Doctor. And finally, our 2.5 cups of flour. Carefully pour that in. I don't want to foof it all up again. Now you take your handy dandy whisk and you whisk your dry ingredients together. This ensures that they mix well and quickly and balanced. And it's just fun to do, I'm not gonna lie. Alright guys, so now that my dry ingredients are mixed, I'm gonna take a step back, go to these egg whites that we have. Look at how egg white that is. Grab a whisk, this one has a chicken, and start beating these egg whites until they form stiff white peaks. Alright guys, so once your egg whites make stiff peaks, much like that, and I'm going to take a sidebar here, because Dr. Batman actually did this off camera. He told me I should have used a larger mixing bowl and a bigger whisk, and I am just really bad at listening, so I insisted, no, we'll be fine. He ended up doing the work, I was wrong, and I would just like to take this moment so now everybody out there watching knows Dapper Jeff is a bad listener and I was wrong. So once we have stiff white peaks, we're gonna set this aside. Alright guys, so now we're gonna mix together our wet ingredients, starting with our single teaspoon of vanilla. Boop. We've got 2 cups of milk. I just really don't want to make a mess. We have our half cup of vegetable oil and our 2 egg yolks. I'm not yoking about this. Alright, I'm sorry, no more bad egg puns. I'm gonna take our little whisk now, I'm gonna bust those yolks, I'm gonna mix all this together. Alright, so now that that's mixed together, I'm going to grab our dry ingredients. I'm gonna make that little reservoir in the middle, which would be a little easier if I was using a spoon and not a whisk. Anyway, take our wet, marry it into the dry. And I'm gonna use my whisk to just mix this stuff up. And this is 90% of the base of our waffles. Our waffles are going to be delicious. So the last thing we want to do with this is take our delicious egg whites and fold it in. So I'm going to kind of scoop them out there, Look at that. Look at how stiff that is. That is nice. Doctor did a great job at this. Because Dapper Jeff does not listen good. I've said it twice now. All right, now I'm just gonna fold this in. Gently. I'm gonna gently fold it. All right, guys, so I've been letting my waffle iron preheat while I mixed up the batter, so it is good and ready to go. I'm gonna grab our non-stick cooking spray and give it a quick, because the last thing I want is sticky waffle batter sticking to the iron. I'm gonna I got a half-cup scoop, or a half-cup measuring cup, and I'm gonna scoop the batter in about half cup at a time. So, scoop one. We're gonna go on this side, try to coat it evenly. Actually, half cup might be perfect. Okay. Scoop two for the other side. Oh, try to make it not, oh, didn't want to make a mess. And looks like I'm gonna make one anyway, so. All right. So you put your batter into the waffle iron, like so, you close the lid, and now you let it cook. All right, guys, so our little light went out, and we're taking that to mean that the waffle's done. I'm gonna lift open. Ooh, buddy, look at that. That is waffleicious perfection. I'm gonna use my fork and very, very carefully try not to burn the snot out my hands. Tried and failed. Look at that. Look at that. That is Belgian waffle perfection. All right, guys, so that's how you make some fantastic Belgian waffles, just like the kind you'd find at the Two Whales Diner. I'm Dapper Jeff. Don't forget to click subscribe, ring that bell icon so you never miss a recipe, and I hope you all have stayed well fed.